it's come to my attention that PlayStation fanboys don't actually know what they're talking about because they will, misinterpret, they will lie, they will spread false information to appease their own narrative or try to justify what they're saying or justify their purchase. Because some of these individuals, they really truly believe that since PlayStation sold more consoles than the Xbox, it means they're not third party. These individuals had no idea what third party actually is. When you put your games on more than just one platform, you are a third party company. And this is exactly what PlayStation is doing right now, especially with pertaining to this game right here. Lego Horizon Adventures, which was also on the Nintendo Switch. Now, see, when you try to talk to these PlayStation fanboys, they don't they they're being disingenuous, or they're just flat out lying or spreading false information or spreading false narratives. When you got a PlayStation Studios right here, and literally a couple months ago they had a PlayStation Publishers sale on the Steam, they will try to pretend like this doesn't count as them being third party. When you put your games on more than one platform, you're a third party. Like, look, they are putting like the majority of their first party games on other platforms, from the Lego Horizon, from the Spider-Man 2 until Dawn. Helldivers was actually day one on PC, and they put in Ghost of Tsushima along with God of War, Ratchet and Clank, and The Last of Us, which is coming out, and The Last of Us Part 2, which is coming out in a couple of months. The Uncharted games, Days Gone, they are literally putting their games on another platform. These individuals have no idea what they're talking about, or they know what they're talking about. They just want to spread false information. A certain PlayStation fanboy that I was talking to keeps on trying to push the false narrative that PlayStation is not a third party company, even though the evidence is right here. They are literally putting their games on PC, and they put the Lego Horizon Adventures on to the Nintendo Switch. This is a first party IP by PlayStation that was made by their own studio, Guerrilla Games. Guerrilla Games made this game. That is a PlayStation owned studio, and they are literally putting their games that game on the Nintendo Switch. The same thing with MLB The Show. MLB The Show was literally put on Xbox Game Pass day one. Yet MLB The Show 2024. So this certain individual tried to create this false narrative that PlayStation is not a third party company, or the fact that he wanted Herman Host to come out and say we're third party. Am I tripping here, or why do individuals need a CEO to come out and tell them what they are? Because if a certain gaming studio that was mainly known for exclusives is putting their games on another platform, they are in fact third party. PlayStation players are really delusional pertains to certain aspects, and they try to act like they're the high ground. So this certain PlayStation fanboy that I was talking to, I was sending him so much articles and actually giving him valid points about how PlayStation is a third party studio. And he kept on trying to refute the point with no actual evidence or data to back this up. Because when I pointed out that there are games from PlayStation that are on the PC, and there are actually some PlayStation games that are on the Xbox, like MLB The Show, Death Stranding was a first party game. Actually, if you actually boot the game up on the Xbox right now, it actually says Sony Interactive Entertainment. So that is a Sony game. They funded it. They helped publish it. Kojima used their resources to make the game, and he's doing the same thing with Death Stranding 2. But when it pertains to certain people, certain places and fanboys, they have no idea what the hell they're talking about. These individuals keep on spreading false information, or they want to try to stop people from having fun on their preferred platform because it's not a platform that they like for whatever reason. Who knows? They will not tell you why. They will not give you a valid reason. They will just say, oh, I like PlayStation because of their exclusive games, even though their exclusive games aren't really selling. Like, if you actually look at what we have right here, you will see that the those oh so great PlayStation games that they so love to to praise and give PlayStation all that credit. See, this is from Matt Piscatella himself, right? Were the weekly active users for January 11th. And if you see right here on the left side, this is PlayStation, the middle is Xbox, and the right side is Steam. Guys, do you notice something over here on the PlayStation side? There is not one PlayStation game on here. They are praising Sony so much for their exclusive games, but nobody is playing it. Helldivers was right there at number 15 for January the 4th week, but then it just completely it's gone now. It's nowhere to be found. There's not one first-party PlayStation game on here. Look, they got Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League on here, and that game sucks so damn bad. But if you actually look at the Xbox here, there's actually 3 games, from Call of Duty to Minecraft to Indiana Jones and to Forza. You will see that more people on Xbox are playing the Xbox first-party games than there are PlayStation players playing the PlayStation first-party games. And if you actually look over here, you will see that the Steam is actually the ones who's actually still, to this day, carrying Helldivers. These individuals make up false information that PlayStation is not a third-party company. Even though, if you look at the screen right here, they are. They are putting the games on another platform that is not the PlayStation. By definition, that is a third-party company. These individuals cannot mask the fact that PlayStation is also a third-party company, just like Xbox. Xbox is putting their games on other platforms to make the most money. PlayStation is trying to seize the market that they are doing, which is why they are putting more of their games on PC, because the console market has stagnated. You know what Phil Spencer said? See, people take that to heart when it pertains to Phil Spencer and Xbox, but when it pertains to like the people who's buying PlayStations, they're not really buying the PlayStation games, the PlayStation IPs. They are putting more money into Xbox games than they are actually doing their own games right here. Helldivers dropped off, which is proof of that. These individuals will continue to try to sprout false narratives that people who buy PlayStations, they buy the PlayStations for the exclusives. But nobody is actually buying the exclusives. Like, prime example, Astrobot, the game of the year, still only got 1.5 million sales out of 60 plus million PS5 users. So only 2% of the PS5 people bought the game. Same thing with Stellar Blade. Stellar Blade is still only at 1 million sales. And when pertaining to the Shift Up, when they said about the PC port, they said they would expect more PC gamers to buy the game than on the PlayStation. And not to mention, pertaining to, has anybody actually figured out the sales numbers for Lego Horizon? Because the sales number still hasn't come up for Lego Horizon. And if you actually look at Steam, it's not that many reviews here. So the game most likely flopped on the PC side. The same thing with the PlayStation side and the same thing with the Nintendo side. It flopped dramatically. But what pertains to games like Helldivers actually was a really big, successful PlayStation IP. Because due to the fact that it was day one on PC. Like, look right here, our review, 706,000 views, mostly positive. You want to know why? Because the game was released day and day on PC. The PC platform is literally carrying this game. And this right here literally proves it. Helldivers is right here. In number 3, right below Counter-Strike 2 and Marvel Rivals. So when these PlayStation fanboys try to sprout the nonsense that exclusives matter, then you should ask them, how come their games aren't always topping the top 10 or the top 15? Because Helldivers was at the top 15, but Helldivers dropped. And now it's mainly third-party games. Or look right here, the top number 1 game on the PlayStation platform happens to be owned by Xbox. It's these fanboys, these PlayStation fanboys. When pertains to when this came out, when Matt Piscatella did the weekly active users pertaining to certain games, it completely debunked the entire narrative that PlayStation people on PlayStation buy PlayStation for exclusives, but then if you actually look at this, it's actually false. And if you actually look at this other article, you see why PlayStation is being more aggressive when it pertains to the PC ports, because they need the PC ports to give them extra revenue. Single player games now cost so much, so they need additional income by doing remasters and porting to PC to be able to do that. You see why they are being more aggressive with the PC ports, where Spider-Man literally took like only a year and a couple of months to come to the PC instead of 4 to 5 years? It's because the single player games on PlayStation cost too much, and they need the extra revenue because the PlayStation users are not enough. Am I tripping here, or are these people just sprouting nonsense to just try to get one over on people because their certain platform is not what other people want? Because other people like playing on Xbox, other people like playing on Nintendo, other people like playing on PC. But these people really believe that the PlayStation platform is the end all be all gaming. And that's the major issue here, because what we see right here with the PlayStation, with the Xbox Developer Direct, you will see that PlayStation does need those games that Xbox is putting over there because their own games aren't doing enough. So instead of actually paying 100% of revenue for their own first-party games, they're paying more money for third-party games. Do you really think PlayStation is happy that people are buying more third-party games than their own? I want people to actually think about that for a second. If you guys like the video, like, comment, subscribe, share the video. I will see y'all next one. Peace.